Well, hello there, and welcome to the ENDCAST. I'm back. I've been kind of on a hiatus for a while when it comes to the podcast. I haven't been on a hiatus from content creation. Just been rethinking how to do this podcast because it felt kind of like I wasn't bringing enough for you, and I kind of lost vision of where I was heading with this. But I kind of now think I got it back in here. I kind of have the feeling back, and I love doing the podcast. I honestly do. Talking to my friends and stuff. I talk to them about things that they don't even know about, that I'm like, how don't you know about this? And it's not the fact that they're dumb. It's more of like they don't look it up or they don't have a source to look up to. They just kind of get spoon fed whatever it is and they're not that interested. So it's more like on the heat of the moment, I want that. And I apologize for background noises. I'm done. I need to get this done. So I'm just doing it. Whatever. Like whatever, whoever shows up in the background, I'm sorry. You're being too loud, so whatever. And I apologize for your ears, but I'll make sure the audio's tuned so it doesn't hurt you. But anyway, for new people, wait a second, what am I showing here? Okay, nothing important. Anyway, for new people, I am N7, and this is my podcast on tech news, video games, and games we played. I try to build a community where we share and talk about things in an educative manner. None of that calling names and pointing things out, because honestly, one belief you have doesn't mean it will make the rest of you garbage. Maybe Nazis though, but that's a different topic for a different day. We'll start with what? Apple News isn't connected to the internet. Okay, so the iPad's been bugging out, but then again, I did leave it run out. I left it running out to zero battery because I was using it in the morning. I forgot to charge it, and then it does this thing where it's like I didn't reconnect it, and so I just left it there in the charger. You don't put your password in, so it doesn't activate VPNs. It doesn't really do much other than basic iOS stuff. And so it when you do that, at least I've noticed on iPadOS, it bugged it out, and so I forgot about that. Darn it! I'll probably just edit this part out. So be right back. We're back. So the Tesla Model X. The reason why I brought this up is my wife and I are considering buying a Tesla. And so we're looking into it. And, there's the whole fanfare side of things where they say Tesla is awesome. Tesla is great. Tesla is haven. Tesla is the Apple of, in a good sense. If you're an Apple hater, then this does not apply to you and you're blind. I'm just kidding. Welcome to the Apple Garden. Would you like some tea? Anyway, Tesla Model X says 400,000 miles. It's from a company. I read the article. It's a company that they they'll do rentals and they'll do long trips with this stuff. It's kind of like the way when I read it was sort of an Uber in a sense, but it's not on demand, I'd say, like Uber. But anyway, in short, they rent it. Okay, so they said that for the 400,000 miles, all the repairs they had to do out of their pocket was $30,000, which they said they were surprised by the fact that it was $30,000 because for a car with that many miles, by that time you're probably going to do repairs that are more than that usually. And the Tesla had the main screen failed, and they replaced that for I think $2,000-$3,000, which was the most expensive repair. But for example, they said the battery did fail on it at 300,000 miles, and since it has an 8-year warranty, they just replaced it. This is a 2016 model, so definitely the battery was under warranty, and so they got it for free. But anyway, they said that it was just impressive to see that long term. They did tires, of course. They did have the air conditioning breakout, and they had to fix that. And the reason why that image is there, that button is a flawed design that would break easily, if I remember right. But on the 2017 or 2018 Tesla Model X's, it's been fixed. But I know 2017, yeah. So the thing is, this was just further evidence to me that maybe getting into a Tesla is not bad. And if you know, let me know in the comments. Hit me up on social media on the N7 if we're pulling the trigger on the wrong kind of with the wrong sense here. My sense is that we are getting a Tesla, and the Tesla is efficient, and it does have its flaws, but they're minor, and long term it'll be a good investment. As to buying, because leasing, I'm not going to lease my Tesla. My wife and I are not going to lease our Tesla because The miles. The miles just don't sound reasonable here in the state of Utah. I mean, we're driving, it gives you 10,000 miles, 20,000 miles for a year or whatever. I mean, we're driving that in 6, 7 months. So it's not going to do for us. So we're more than likely going to have to buy it or get someone's lease and then buy it. I don't know. Anyway, but we're not going straight into a lease because it just doesn't work for us. We travel too much. Going to Vegas and whatnot. So, or Cali. So anyway, that's that. That's pretty much Tesla's. Then move on. Boom. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so here it is. This dude, I wanted to bring attention to Dr. Li Wenlang, my Japanese translation, which is Chinese too. But, I mean, it's Chinese, so it doesn't really apply. But you know, I was trying to work it out. Anyway, I wanted to just bring out respect to him. I like this tweet because. Did I even like the tweet? I didn't like the tweet. Oh, how bad, man. I did copy it, but whatever. Anyway, this is the thing. I wanted to thank him because he's the one who brought it up about the virus being its existence. And the dude got arrested. The Chinese government pulled, strings and whatnot because they didn't want it to get out there. And you know how the Chinese government treats reporters. We all know it. Let's not hide it. Let's keep it real. That's what it is. Our government in the U.S. has trash. My government in Guatemala has trash. And I like to say it as it is. It doesn't mean the whole thing's trash. It doesn't mean it doesn't work. Okay? I mean, there's more than 1 billion people living there. And, I mean, they're still doing it. And we're here. You see all the complaining about this and that, Trump, blah, blah, blah. But we're still here. And I'm happy. I mean, the majority of the time I'm happy. There's things I wish were better, and anyway, that's the thing, man. Just because 1/4 of it is rotten doesn't mean the rest is trash. But anyway, that's one thing though I do not like is the, whatchamacallit? The word just escaped me. The suppression of these kinds of reporters is something I do not appreciate and I do not like it. I like a free press. But anyway, government or money influence. You know, there's so many things you could say in life, but let's keep it simple. Anyway, respects to him for coming it up. He died, though, from the coronavirus. There's this other thing. Facebook has canceled their F8 due to the coronavirus. Lots of conferences are being canceled. And the reason why I bring it up is, by the way, follow this dude, Neil Zybard, at Neil Zybard Twitter. He's a good analyst for stocks and Apple specifically. And he's smart. He's got it. He appears on the Vector. I forgot the Vector content creator's real name, but yeah, Vector's good too. But anyway, he's good if you're looking into Apple-related stocks or finances. He's pretty smart. Anyway, FA got canceled because of it. The reason why I brought it up is I'm a little nervous. Like, is E3 not going to happen? I know E3's dying. It's this and that, and I never went. I wish I would have gone before it died. Or it dying, but anyway, I hope it happens because I think the gathering of people in the physical spot is actually fun. I think it's good, but at the same time, I do believe in like what you call it. I don't know what you like advancement or I know it's a future step where physical gathering is less and less. Like for example, LAN parties. I'm not a fan of LAN parties to be honest. For tournaments, yes. For big events, yes. But for like local group buddies, I'm like, let's just do it over Xbox Live, man, or PlayStation Network. Like, there's no reason for me to worry about cables and all this room space, blah blah, food, drinks, like accommodation. Let's not. Let's just do it through online on my nice TV, on your TV if it's nice, and if it's not, then you keep that, and I'll keep my nice one. You know what I'm saying? But for tournaments, I understand. But anyway, let me know in the comment section below. Do you like tournaments or do you like LAN? Is my question. Do you like LAN parties, local meeting for gaming, or do you prefer just online? Anyway, let's hope E3, whatever's left of it, or not E3 itself, but the Xbox conference is the one I want. That I hope they still host it. But anyway. Jumping into video games now that we're doing this segue into it, I would say this is old news, but Fortnite running at 120 FPS on the iPad Pro, which is what I'm using to record this right now. I think it's dope. I played it and it feels good. it does take it down to medium graphics from settings, but even then it looks great, and it's just mind-blowing. It's just legit cool that we're running a game that runs on high-end PCs, consoles. It runs on crap garbage hardware Switch, and then it runs at 120 FPS on an iPad that's like as thick as my finger. Well, do I have a fat finger? Give me a second. Yeah, thinner than my finger. So I don't know. I think it's dope. Which PUBG on the consoles again, trash, like 30 FPS still. My goodness. Anyway, this article is the one I wanted to talk about. What to expect from next gen. This is the big boo-boo, the big kaboomba. 12 teraflops, which the current Xbox has, I think, 6 or close to 6, or 5 point something, 80 something, or 6.12, I forgot, but it's the 6 number, and so you're looking at double performance on teraflops, GPU-wise. Variable refresh, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to go into, like, I know this stuff. Go to Digital Foundry if you want to know what this all means, because I don't. Okay? I just know the basics. But anyway, the thing is, VRS, I already utilize it on my Xbox One X. Am I talking about the right thing here? VRS, variable rate shading. My bad. I don't already utilize it on my X. It's the VRR, variable refresh rate. So VRR, due to HDMI 2.1, is sort of like NVIDIA G-Sync. I forgot what the Radeon one is called, but anyway, it allows for a lower input rate and a variable refresh rate on your TV, right? And if you know all the terminology, well, educate us in the comments. But on the next console, I already use it. It does work on the Xbox One S and the X, by the way, but I use it on the X because that's where I do most of my gaming anyway. I still run an Xbox One S, by the way. It's in the main room. But anyway, what it does, for example, on my OLED C9 by LG, it takes down the input lag from, if I remember right, 12.9 milliseconds down to 6.3. And so it's bonkers. Like, it's legit. You just set your refresh rate to 120 hertz, and then, of course, it'll run at 1440p. I do not know if that's a limitation of the TV itself or the console itself right now because of the GPU, but I hope the Series X allows me for native 4K on the TV, but if that's a limitation on the TV, I still don't remember right now. But anyway, if you want to do low input VRR, low input lag, and improve your input lag, then you're looking at an HDMI 2.1 capable TV with 120 hertz refresh rate, which will allow you to play games at 120 FPS whenever the Series X comes out, because the Series X will support 120 FPS, which for competitive, for me, that's amazing. I'm pretty sure it'll run like on a dynamic 4K or 1440p for sure. 1080p, 120 FPS is what I think all the competitive games are going to do in the Series X that are worth the salt. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see a dynamic 4K or even native 4K at 120 FPS for some games in the competitive scene. But anyway, I'm super excited about that. But then again, I'm not all about FPS. For me, 60 is fine. And I've done PC gaming. I've seen 120 people, and I mean, it's great. But for me, 60, I'm comfortable. Like, that for me is fine. And 30, I'm fine with 30, but that's like, I always wanted to be 60. But I can play games at 30, whatever. Like, I have to. I don't have an option because of consoles. But at 30, it's doable. Mostly for open world. I will not do competitive or shooting or even fighting. Not even dream about doing fighting at 30. Heck no. Only open world, okay? That's it. Casual. But anyway, what do you think, peeps? Are you excited for the Series X? I want it. I want to buy it. I'm going to pre-order it the moment I can. And the PS5, same thing. I'm a fan of video games anywhere. Even the Switch. Like, I played Bayonetta 2 like 3-4 months ago, and I loved it. It feels great to play it on there. It's just not my preference. And everything else, I just don't want to play it on it. But it's good that it comes out on it. SSD is going to be amazing. My wife got me a 2 terabyte Seagate drive for the Xbox One X, which, by the way, it is nice to have 2-3 terabytes. And I'm kind of going on a rant, like off topic here. So let's go back. Have extra storage for your consoles. But the advice, I remember now what I wanted to tell you. Do not buy an SSD for your current console if you plan to upgrade soon to the new generation, because more than likely they're gonna have a custom SSD port. So your SSD currently might improve even more in the next generation than it currently does. For example, most games it only saves you 2 to 4 or 5 seconds on loading time, which is a lot. But it's mostly competitive games where actually I like the loading to be a little bit at times because I want to rest from the competitive match that just happened or something like that, especially in fighting, because Mortal Kombat 11, man, that thing loads so fast, is amazing. I love how fast it loads. Like other fighting games don't got nothing on it, at least on console, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so be careful with that. Be careful with buying SSDs for your current gen. Like I said, they might not work on the next gen more than likely due to proprietary custom SSD ports. But anyway, this happened a little while ago, but I was mind blown. I was like, Game Pass got Fitch and Grand Theft Auto 5? That's dope. I've been back at it. I've been enjoying it. It's been fun. And Grand Theft Auto 5 is, I'm excited for 6. Like 6 needs to come out. So Bayonetta developer bashed, calls out Nintendo on the Switch crappy menu, which honestly I have low amount of games, so I can scroll through my library like in 2 seconds. But I do see with people that have huge libraries, it is dumb. And I never really liked the Switch's user interface. I feel like it's too simple. But then again, it is for children-ish. More, you could say casuals. They are hardcore on Switch though, don't take me wrong. But anyway, Bayonetta 3 developers. So this is the thing with I'm excited about. I love Japanese games. Their stories, like the art and story can be unique and interesting, but their application, their execution sometimes is just a little all over the place. Okay, and maybe it's just me that I'm accustomed to Western well, do Latinos make any movies or anything like that? Yeah, we do a little bit, but it's more inspired by Hollywood, you know? So, like, I just feel like they lack uniformity and continuity with their story development. Like Bayonetta, I love Bayonetta, but its story is just the world. I'm like, where do I even belong here? The only reason why I'm sticking to this is because it's Bayonetta. And maybe I forgot the guy that has glasses that has the drinking store, the bar that's called Hell or something. Because of those two, I mean, I don't even like the fat guy. Like, his voice is annoying as hell. And anyway, that's just me. I'm still gonna buy it though because I love Bayonetta and Vanquish. Vanquish is just dang. Real quick, people. To finish things off, I want to talk about something that happened here. So look. My wife got me the Duke, and it's been fun to play around with the Duke. Let me see. I can't open it, I think, because I can't open it because if I move the chair, I can't really, like, I'm really tight in this spot, so I can't move. You know what? I'm doing it. Just drop something. Here it is. Look at this. The Duke. Like, these are massive, boy. You can hold it like this, but after a little while, it kind of gets uncomfortable, but it works. But anyway, that's the Duke peeps, and you know, the logo that lights up. I have a YouTube video on it. I'll leave the description right on the bottom or on the little thingy on the top, so it'll suggest it to you. Can you just get in there? Thank you. So anyway, as I was saying, Duke's dope. I love it, and I think it's worth it as a nostalgic. You'll see my video, whatever. Anyway, I've been having fun with that, but let me talk about something and then real quick before we go on a negative note. The visual history of the dashboard is a nice article. It shows you all the thingies and whatnot, and I've experienced a lot of them, and I enjoyed them. The thing is, the dashboard right now, most recent one, I really enjoy that one. I think it's a more simple way that, honestly, I like it. Especially the main dashboard is fine. It went from a hybrid of vertical, horizontal to just vertical. Is that correct? Horizontal. And so, but the main focus that I enjoyed was the games and apps section is just so much more organized. It's like the way it should have been, because before it was annoying to have all these subscriptions and downloads. There's the queue, there's the updates, and I'm like, why 2 different tabs for something that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, now it's all just one thing, and I enjoy it a lot. So I think it's a worthy upgrade. By the way, China banned Plug Inc. And I haven't read the article. I just found it out today. I guess we all know why. Anyway, real quick. Premium tickets. Official Dead or Alive fighting game. This was happened. So I don't touch that game much. Like at all. But I'm a fan of the franchise. And right now, KoeiTecmo, I don't know if it's Ninja Theory. I think it's more than likely KoeiTecmo, the publisher, right? The real big boss, the boss's boss. Ninja Theory, I think, is being forced to do all this trash. It's utter garbage, honestly. They are charging a ticket or two, if I remember right, for hair colors. Yeah, one ticket for a change of hair color for your character. Problem is, you buy it with that ticket and then you buy another hair color, you need to rebuy the one you just bought. So you can only have one at a time and you can only own one at a time. And they said that is how they intended it. And when I heard that, I was like, what the fit? Like $80 season passes that only the whales buy and maybe a true fan here and there that plays all the characters. But $80 season passes are ridiculous. Soul Calibur gives you 4 or 5 characters for half the price. Sometimes even less because they're on discount. And they give you one character, maybe. Yeah, I think they do one character and a bunch of costumes that, yes, the costumes, I get it. $5 each costume. But as a season pass, we're looking for a discount here, right? But anyway, they're ridiculous, okay? The costumes, maybe don't even include them on the season pass. I don't know. Like, it's bad. But this was just the last straw. And I'd recommend, if you're a Dead or Alive fan, come on, make some noise. Make sure KoeiTecmo knows that is trash. And they can keep their Dead or Alive Xtreme, like, masturbator simulator out there, okay? Let those people have their thing. But don't bring the masturbator simulator aspect to Dead or Alive, okay? Like, the game has good fighting mechanics. Yes, it has its sexiness to it. And I'm not against it. I actually like it. I like Soul Calibur. I think that one's just the same. Not as the same in your face, but if you dig deep, then it's the same. Different face, but same. Koreans. Konnichiwa. Anyway, you need to watch the interview. It's pretty dope. By James Franco. And I forgot the other guy. And Eminem. So anyway, this thing, make some noise. Make sure they don't finish destroying it, because Dead or Alive right now is sort of like Halo Wars 2, kind of in limbo, just in a survival state. But anyway, let's not let it die. Besides that, I want to bring attention to Apple TV Plus, which is not a huge thing. Okay, Apple TV Plus, it's not that big of a deal, but I do like the morning show. I really like C. My wife and I watched that one. I liked the nanny show, The Visitor, I forgot what it's called, but the nanny show was dope. As a one-time watch, I wouldn't rewatch it again. But I thought it was dope. It really caught my attention. I thought it was amazing. But anyway, I talked a lot. Sorry about that. I'll make some edits and whatnot. If you really like this, though, remember to subscribe. And if you're watching on YouTube, you'll activate the bell and hit the like button, and then you'll be notified whenever the next version comes out. And if you're doing just the audio version, well, welcome. And I hope I sound good through your stereo or whatever you're listening through. The Ravens, what's it called? Mythic Quest Ravens Banquet, I think it's called. Look, I don't even know the name, but I enjoy this show a lot. It has lots of the little details about game development, and just as a gamer and just my whole life as a gamer, it's just seeing some of these things. They're just like, it's fun. It's a fun watch, and I think I would pay the $5 that Apple TV costs to watch it, because it's fun. Anyway, games we played. I want to hear your games. Leave them in the comments, and we'll talk about them. I finished Halo Wars, the campaign. I just kind of played it. I just ran it to be able to finish it, so I can start playing Halo Wars 2, because Halo Wars 1 is down behind us. Gears 5, I'm still doing with the team. We're going to have the Latino Pro League starting soon. So I'm hoping, they haven't announced the date, but I'm hoping it'll be sooner rather than later. And if you want to play Gears 5 competitively, let me know. Hit me up on N-War07, all social medias. And I've been getting into fighting games. I used to play fighting games a lot with the N64 with Mortal Kombat. And then I got back into it with Mortal Kombat 9, which was the Mortal Kombat reboot back in 2010, I think it was, or so. Or 11, yeah, 2011. But anyway, That's really all the fighting games I've ever played. MK, Dead or Alive. I played a little bit of Dead or Alive 5, but not much. But anyway, more fighting games. I'm starting my journey there, and if you want to hit it up, let me know. I stream on Mixer on English and Twitch for Spanish. Español en Twitch. So anyway, Halo Wars 2, I did start it yesterday, and it was awesome. The tutorial got me 2 achievements. The art style, I'm a little questioning it, but I'm interested. HDR looks amazing on it. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the ENDCAST today. Say hello and bye to my llama over there, which I have not opened, and I'm planning on not opening that llama. And I hope you'll have a good day. Any questions, anything, let me know in the comments. I am in 107, and you've just been fed.